nice shoes. They're so comfy.
I'm wearing my really old shoes.
But they're both red.
That's true. But mine look like they've been through the beater, man.
Yeah. I have those same shoes. I need to get new ones.
So I actually have these, which are my beaters, and then I have a pair of dress red Converse.
Yeah.
Which are the exact same ones, just not messed up. Alright, I'll start at the top.
Okay.
Alright, so image. Ghost Station 0, part 1. So this is a what does this say? Code name Babushka.
Oh, you read that one.
Mission. Oh, did you want to read this one?
Yeah.
It's really cool because it's kind of like a Russian James Bond.
Yeah.
But girl. So it kind of feels the same way. She's on a mission. I can't say a whole bunch about it because it messes a bunch of stuff up for you. But yeah, it's got intrigue.
Is that like the cover?
Yeah, she looks just like that.
I love it.
She's really pretty. Yeah, it was a good jump-in.
Good.
If you like spy thriller, you will like it.
So I read Superman Declaration, part 2. They are on vacation still.
Vacation. No
yes.
drama?
No, it's
Some drama?
It's all heartwarming.
Yay!
It's fun. Yeah, I like the heartwarming stuff. It's really good. So they're on vacation. They go to DC, and then they go and see Gettysburg, and they get to see where all the fighting there during the Civil War was. And then in the art, you can even see like, you know, some of the, like the soldiers' ghosts, because John feels like he can just feel them there, and so they have that in the artwork to show that they're walking right where the soldiers were fighting, and it's really cool.
I don't think it's necessarily like, you know, women like emotional stories and connective, you know, connect emotionally to characters. I think it's everybody. I think there's only so many comic books you can read in a week, which are like fight bad guy X.
Yeah.
So I always appreciate that there are books out there that, although oftentimes Superman is fight bad guy X,
yes,
that they also intersperse the like, this is why you care whether
yes
he and his family are doing well, because they are real people.
And they show his family side that
he can chill out.
Yes, and he totally does chill out in this. He's even wearing a Hamilton shirt.
Alright, it's been a little while since I've read Green Arrow, so I was kind of worried I was going to jump back in and be like, I don't know what's going on. But it actually is a really awesome issue because it's, unlike what you think you're going to be reading, it actually has to do with, so Oliver shows up at, I don't know, what is Lex Luthor's Industries called? Is it just called Luxor? I can't remember. Anyway. Everyone's going to tell me what I'm doing wrong, and they know exactly what the name of his
Oh, and now I can't think of it.
I know, look, LexCorp. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's LexCorp. So they're having to just have a discussion, and you know, Lex is being actually very good. He's not really being he's not a bad guy right now. So, so they have some interactions, but in the middle of them having their discussion, another group, hacks in and does something really horrible to all of his employees' phones or social media or something, which causes a lot of chaos, and it's really, really bad. And Superman shows up to be helpful because people are trying to harm themselves. So
Batman. So this
how are you getting to read the War of Jokes and Riddles? I kind of like want to say
because you stole it from me the last couple
okay,
times.
fine.
So I wasn't really caught up because you had taken it from me before.
Mm-hmm.
But we get to see more of the war that's going on.
Okay.
And we get to see.
Does it have Kite Man in it still, or is it?
He's in it for a little bit.
Yes.
And then we see Deadshot and Deathstroke, and they're fighting.
I have high hopes for Kite Man. Please tell me he doesn't just die immediately. Because he is a ridiculous character, but with a really great origin story.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh no! Yeah, everyone else was like, yay!
He's funny. I do like him. And we get to see Commissioner Gordon. He and
Nice.
Batman are talking about what all is going on, and because he went to see both the Riddler and the Joker.
Yeah, because
So-
we haven't seen that a lot in the books. It's really either been you see what the effects are of their war, but not really them necessarily very much.
Yeah,
so far.
we get to see him meeting them, and that's about it.
Ooh.
We don't really see them per se, although you would think so on the cover. But
Keep teasing us.
yes, so many funny jokes and riddles because I love jokes and riddles. I love the Joker and I love the Riddler. So
Hopefully they both win. You think?
I don't know. I kind of hope they just get along
That's not gonna
instead of fighting with each other. Like they can totally just
We have too
do
much history.
terrible puns together.
It would be a great duo.
Just
It would be good.
bounce off of each other.
carnies.
Yes. I would love to see that. I want to see that.
All right. From Image, a new series called Elsewhere. And
Yes,
it's
I
funny, I
know
picked up the
about
book and I couldn't remember what I was going to be reading about because it had been a while since I made the order and read the description. But it was like one page in. I was like, yes, oh yes. So it's a story about you have two main characters that are quite clearly not human in a not human place, so they're not on Earth. And Amelia Earhart shows up.
Yes, this is the one I wanted to read too.
Sorry, you read that.
You read faster than me.
I
You get
know.
here before I do.
I am
So.
so sorry. The art
That's
is
okay.
really,
I'm still
really
gonna
good.
read it.
Okay, I'll let you.
Yeah.
Art is really good, and the series is also going to draw other historical figures in. So there's another historical figure that shows up at the very end of the book.
Oh,
Because
good.
all she's really concerned
That'd be
with is that she realizes that she kind of realizes she's not on Earth, but she
well, I would hope so.
believes that probably her, God, it was her, what do you call that? Toy, can't remember what it's called, person that sits next to you and gets you where you're supposed to go when you're flying an airplane. Oh, my words.
Co-pilot?
No! They plot out your course.
Uh,
I think his real name is Noonan. You guys know what it is. Oh my word, it's unimportant. But anyway, that's who she's trying to find, but she finds someone else instead. So I don't even know if that other guy's alive. Here comes the cat. Hello, Purr. You ready for your close-up?
3 favorites of this week.
You're having a hard time choosing.
Yes.
Come on.
I'm gonna pick Galacticon first to do. So this one's about.
Yeah.
So it's hard to. So there's like the beginning part, which is about a teenage kid that, well, I guess he's like 18 or maybe 19.
Okay.
He's working at a prison, and there's a prisoner there that he's not human. He's a definitely an alien that they say he does black magic. I don't really know how that works, but if he eats anything that has ever been alive, he can do his magic.
Ooh.
So, he's gonna bring him his dinner, which is all, none of it's meat, all of it's like,
Everything's gonna be organic.
Yeah.
I can't feed him like non-organic things.
yes. So then, we see what he is watching on TV because he's had good behavior, so he gets to watch TV. So we see his program, and that's where this guy comes in. He is, oh goodness, what is his name? Cannot remember how to pronounce it. It's some alien name, but
Unimportant. We'll
Yeah.
figure it out after we read it.
yeah. And he has a robot sidekick
Excellent.
that speaks guitar.
It really, like, seriously, you guys have to see this book because
Yeah.
it really does have.
It's got tabs.
You could play it, I guess.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna try to do it. I'm gonna probably pick one of these up and try to do it.
If we had but known, she would have brought her guitar.
I know, I totally would have.
So like R2-D2, but guitar chords.
Yes, because he's a built just like an R2 unit, and but so he's in the process of getting divorced, and it's totally just like a tabloid story, but we get to see, you know, his story. So it's like we see, you know, that he's watching we see that the prisoner is watching, you know, the story about it, and then we cut to his story.
Okay. So it's just a way to get into his background.
It's really cool. And then we get to see the prisoner guy again.
There's got to be a connection, of course.
Of course. I don't know where the connection is yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, but, I mean, I'd read it just for the guitar part alone, honestly.
Alright, so I have to say that Greg Pak was killing it this week because he's got at least 2 books out. You know him mostly from Totally Awesome Hulk, but this week you get to see some of his other work.
Yeah,
so from Boom Studios, Mech Cadet View. So fans of things like Pacific Rim or really anything where there's mechs.
I figured you'd pick that one up.
Yeah. I mean, I would have thumbboarded you for it, but I kind of just janked it while you weren't looking, so.
No, I was going to let you read that one.
Yeah. So this one's a really cool story.
I'll wait for trades.
What's funny is that he's actually not in the cadet group that gets chosen. So I guess there was like long ago a mech showed up, just like crashed from outer space, and chose someone to be its a controller, I guess you would call it. It's human. And they work together with us. So the cadet school, they train so they get chosen when the new mechs show up. And I guess usually there's a lot of mechs, but in this book there are only 2 main ones, and then this cool mech. He doesn't show up with the main group, so it's adorable and awesome. And yes, it is that gorgeous part. All right, I gotta like jump ahead some for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, Oni Press #1, Dead of Winter. So there's actually a really cool table game that goes along with this book.
Oh, that's why it sounds so familiar.
Yeah, and if you played the table game, you know it's awesome.
Yes,
it involves
I've played that.
A zombie apocalypse and a super dog. So here's the super dog on the front cover. He's way awesome. So you just kind of meet the people that are in the middle of the zombie apocalypse already. Some really neat characters. It's going to feel like you felt at the beginning of Walking Dead when you were meeting new characters and how cool and rich they were, and before there was so much zombie gore you just kind of didn't care anymore. So this is you'll love this. And plus it has the dog, who is super smart and everyone believes actually knows more than a dog should. And he don't care. He will totally take himself out some zombies.
It looks awesome.
He is cool. So yeah, a good, if you like zombies or if you're a fan of the game, you should totally get this book.
So this one is Lark's Killer. So I was like, I have to read this one earlier today. So I was glad you picked this one up.
I read this long ago. Bill Willingham gave me a copy. He's the bomb.com.
So there's flash forwards, and then they take it back to what's happening now. So this is this is the character in the now, and then these 3 are the characters in the future, and we get to see. So basically, the story starts off with them, and it's 100 years into the future, and they're trying to get to treasure. So
sorry, that was a hiccup, not a reaction.
I don't know how much I can say though.
Well, just you can pitch it that way. This is you're jumping between storylines.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, and they're hearing, the story as well. So I don't really want to say too much.
But it's got 33 pages in it.
Yeah.
It's extra long.
Yes. And the artwork is amazing. I love it so much. I love the colors.
Of amazing artwork. I got to hang out with the guys from Vault when I was at San Diego Comic-Con. And by the way, one of them is totally a pog shark. We couldn't flip pogs to save our lives. We were just blowing off steam. hanging out, hiding from people in their little booth because it was crazy on Sunday. And we're all battling away. No one can flip a pog. And I can't remember which one of them was like, I used to play pogs when I was younger. And by the way, he's still young, so I don't know what younger means to him. But he just walked up and was like, boom! And knocked over like 10 pogs. I was like, what the what? So anyway, someone at Vault has pog superpowers. Just
we should get them to come and then they can do the next pog day that we do.
Yeah. We occasionally have pog tournaments because
we've had one.
Dumb.
We need to do another one.
The one in San Diego was a pog tournament. It just was like...
At the store we've only had
lost. I don't think I flipped a single pog.
Yes, we've had one at the store and one away. We need to do another one at the store.
Anyone can beat me at pogs. Alright.
No!
So Vault has this really awesome book that dropped this week called Spiritus. Not like anything you've ever read. Guaranteed. And the art is all gorgeous like this. Very...
It looks so awesome.
Oh, yeah. Very stylized. So the story is about a woman who is in prison, and she has been, by her own admission, wrongly accused and imprisoned. Mm-hmm. And the way it looks is that they have done away with normal imprisonments and found some crazy way to reprogram people and allow them to just go free, but they then become parts of society that actually further our technology and get things done. Okay? But something goes wrong. That's all I'll say. It's wicked awesome. Where are you? I'm gonna let Marvel say. You can alter away. I got my aftershock on. Whoop, whoop.
Yes. My favorite. It's finally back. This is Arc 2. So...
What happened at the end of Arc 1?
So, well, now I can say it.
Okay, go ahead. Spoiler alert if you haven't read the first Arc. If you haven't read it,
Alters. I mean, even if I do say what's going to happen, you still are going to want to go read it because it's amazing. So, Chalice. So they beat Matter Man.
Yes.
And so now alters are able to come out and, be altered, like, they're able to be who they want to be, like, who they want to be as heroes, and they don't have to hide. Perfect. Because Matter Man is not going to come and get them. So
how many of them are there that we know about?
A lot.
Oh, a whole bunch. Okay.
Oh yeah, they've been discovering. So Chalice, has the ability to see who they are before.
What do they even say?
Yeah, like it's the way she describes it is that it's basically like they glow and they have like
an aura.
Yeah, and she gets to see that, and
so it's like Prof X using Cerebro, but she doesn't need Cerebro.
I guess.
Because that's what he does. He can sense mutants, but he has to have the.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, she doesn't need that. She gets to do it. She doesn't even have to be Chalice. She could still be her. I cannot remember her.
I don't remember either.
They only refer to her as Chalice.
Yeah.
So, because she's with her brother at a diner, so she doesn't, because he's...
Look about dogs.
This is basically her now trying to help all the alters that she can.
Perfect.
So, it's great.
Awesome sauce.
And I've been waiting forever. It seems like forever. But when they said August, I was like, oh, I hope it's not like the middle or end of August. Nope. Yay.
Alright, All Minor Marvel.
Yes.
Because I like to read everything I can.
Yes, and I can't.
Alright, so something cool for you to pick up for everyone that thinks that they might want to try to figure out what the Inhumans are about, since we're about to get that show. And you haven't read any Inhumans before, and you kind of wonder why in the world they have a giant dog on their team. It's because Lockjaw has a cool ability to like do transport, so he can like take you and anyone you want, anywhere you want. So, and he's a giant dog, bulldog, and yes, he sits like this. It's really cute. So to get everyone kind of prepared and primed for not only he is a character, but you'll get to learn a lot more in these stories about Black Bolt and Maximus and Medusa and Karnak. They've taken some very early stories in which he's kind of the center of it, and then have moved kind of forward in time to now with stories that have focused on him and the way he operates. Really great storytelling, by the way. So this book is full of stories that you might have already read, but probably not everybody has this stuff just sitting around.
Yeah.
So think of it as kind of like a trade paperback that's focused just on Lockjaw.
And he's adorable. Yeah, well, and that's why I was like, wait, because on the invoice it said trade paperback, so.
All right, X-Men Gold. People that like returns of major characters and don't usually like, hey, I didn't know it was coming. I'm telling you right now, here's one. Other things also happen in X-Men Gold number, which number? 9.
Yes.
Okay. In this one also, Peter and Kitty go to Congress to try to keep there from being another mutant. No, it's not really registration now. They're going to kind of single them out for, I don't know if they're going to put them in internment camps or what are they trying to do. But as always, they say mutants are dangerous. Even though the mutants say, hello, we keep saving your lives in the universe. But during this time, remember they have a history. Something else happens to make their relationship even more interesting. So pick that up if you like relationship books, or if you like returns of really cool bad guys. All right, I already said it, bad guys. All right, tie-ins to Secret Empire this week. There's a couple. So Champions 11. In this one, they kind of go a little bit back in time to some information we haven't been privy to before. You remember that Las Vegas was completely destroyed with the initial attacks right before the Dark Force Dome goes over Manhattan and the worldwide blockade happens so you can't come into Earth. Traps a lot of our heroes out on Station Alpha. So here we go. Stuff you didn't know. The champions go and try to find some survivors. So this is a really cool interpersonal discussion. So you get to learn a little bit more about these characters and how they interact with each other, which is really cool. Yes. And also you find out whether there were any survivors. Yeah. Nova. That's, where's Nova? He wasn't in this one. No, Nova.
Really?
He must be doing something else.
I hope so.
And our other group that is very important is the Avengers. Remember, the Avengers are made of people that are supporting Steve Rogers, despite the fact that he's definitely Hydra. Some of them, because they're bad guys, obviously, got Superior Octopus. So we've got something really bad there. Obviously, and Taskmaster, he's a bad guy. Then you have people that are kind of like been buffooned into it, like Deadpool. And he's being very Deadpool-y in this.
Yes.
Yes. And then you have Scarlet Witch and Vision. Vision's been reprogrammed. Scarlet Witch has been embodied by a demon, so she doesn't know what she's doing. And their relationship takes it to another level. It's kind of crazy. Talking about relationships. And Black Ant. You learn more about Black Ant, and you've got Odin's son, because we don't call him Thor, because he doesn't have the... Nobody has it right now, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Mjolnir is sitting on the ground, just hanging out somewhere, because Steve left it there. I don't know. No one's carrying it around.
Yeah.
So this one has a neat adventure where you find out for sure that there's some creatures that are trying to take down the planetary shield, but it's not for a reason you think, and it doesn't have the outcome you think either. So, great book. And the beginning of Generations starts this week.
Yes.
The other great PAX book. All right, so the best way to describe the Generations books is they're going to put the two characters that belong together the most in the universe. So in this case, Bruce Banner and Amadeus Cho, both are Hulks. Yes. And they build a story around it in which you discover more about their characters, and the characters discover more about themselves. This is actually a really deep dive with both Amadeus and Bruce figuring out more about themselves and their motivations and how they use their powers. And I thought it was a really great look into that. And I think there's some things that have implications into stories going forward. So there you go.
Yay.
That's all the things. Yay! All right. We're going to figure out what we're going to go eat.
Yeah.
We don't know. All right,
Food, I hope.
Food, yes. Oh, yes, food. Bye, guys.